Hello everyone and welcome to another match of Roulette Rivals 16. Yesterday the knockout stage began and now we have the second match of the round of 16 between the RR12 runner-up, Dein Nomos, and quatilyti, who is yet to make a final but has so many deep runs. I think I've seen him in the top 6 so many times, so it should be a huge and very close match between the two of them. Lasting until, of course, one player reaches 8 points. And with me here today to commentate this hopefully very exciting match is Hashashin. Hello Hash, how's it going?
It's going very fine, man. I mean, this such a big match coming up here. Two of the best players, and I mean, it's definitely one of those matches where it just feels impossible to predict who's going to win. Both players are map record holders. I think at least we're gonna have Dean's map record coming up here. So I mean, and maybe one of Quad's map records as well if we get to the RNG maps. But yeah, it's such an exciting match.
Yeah, at least 4 maps here, of course, with the format. Now the one ban is joined by the 2 picks from each side. The picks have been reset, so hopefully this is go out all guns blazing with your best picks against the opponents, and we will, of course, check all the personal bests and lifetime performance when we get there, but we see that it's Mumbai and the map record holders Bangkok, which will be number 3, and then Chongqing and Sapienza for this very fast and smooth player that is quatilyti. So could really go either way, and of course if the match isn't decided in just 4 maps, which of course can happen, but hopefully not, then we will go into that RNG section going, well, 4 more maps, because of course can be as late as map number 8. It's rare, but we might even get there.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, Quatility banning Mendoza, which certainly seems to be very much a comfort pick usually for Dean. But Dean allowing Quat to pick Chong, which we've seen Quat many times in Chongqing. That's always an exciting thing. I mean, he's the player who came up with the 2-drone suit, right? So it's always a scary Chongqing player.
Yeah, of course, it's not the map with the drops anymore, but I think the fast players can make some huge inroads in maps like Chongqing, especially with 2-drone strategies, or the suit 2 drones, or of course anything in between if some nice condition comes up. Very quickly about their Swiss stage, I'm not going to change the scenes now just in case we won't get back in time, but both of these players have finished, actually played all 6 matches. I'm not seeing any forfeits, and they are both 4-2. Dean has beaten my Pika, otherwise known as Lord, and then it's Hausen, yourself in round 3 was another win, and Dane also beat the Reaper 47, only losing to Chris X3 and Alf. On the other hand, quatilyti has beaten Alex Hiller, Yanini, Apricop, and I Like Hitman, with the 2 losses of Moo and Crescent47, who is the number 3 seed. This is number 7 versus number 10.
Mm. Yeah, it's less than a minute here till we go as well. So yeah, we see Dean looking like he's just waiting for the spin to arrive, and Quat here now just warming up a little stuff here, getting himself ready.
Yeah, not fully sure why would this be the first pick of Dane's knockout stage, especially given the lifetime performance, but I think that was the target for, or I guess against quatility's own win rate. If I can check it in just a couple of seconds, 2 and 4 is indeed a very low win percentage, and with 36%, it is indeed the lowest, 19 out of 19 for Quati Mumbai, but it can really depend on the spin, of course. Quad can find that straightforward spin where he may be faster than Dane, or some tricky one where Dane rips. Of course, not one to bet on, but anything is possible. This first to 8 begins now, and what is the first spin here, Hash?
We get Wazir Kale has to be killed by consumed poison. We're in the Queen's bodyguard disguise. Vanya Shah has to be killed with a remote explosive weapon as the Kashmirian, and we have a non-target pacification on Daywood having to be killed with a shotgun as the laundry foreman. I want to say somewhat straightforward here, but it's going to be interesting. And do you just prioritize getting the Maelstrom to his wine glass as fast as possible here?
think that is a one good argument, but the other one is to get the Kashmirian out of the way because it is always going to be such a huge trip away from Vanya or away from David if you want to finish, of course, the Vanya kill. Both, I would say that it wouldn't have been a very bad idea to start Charles only for this guys, but it is the straightforward, simplest option at the start of this match to just go Thug and raise the flag as soon as possible.
Yeah, we see that that both players agree on that as well. I assume both players maybe just gonna get the poison here, just get into Queen's bodyguard and maybe just wait by the Kashmirian until things get done here. But we're gonna have to see here. We see Dean is slightly ahead at the moment though.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of good knowledge about the poison kills and trying to pick up like the exact timing. I think it would be around 305 with these timings that players do. So if they want, they could even potentially make the trip to the Kashmirian, bring it back to Vanya, trigger the brick. It's a lot to ask for, but I think that would be the fastest way.
But are we seeing the difference in decision making here? It looks like Quat is taking a right while Dean is taking a left.
That is the safe option versus I would say it's the risky one. Quad has 2 minutes to get these guys and go back and find the Queen's bodyguard.
But as I guess you still argued for it here, it should be possible. So I would say Quat should be able to get this done here.
Yeah, especially yeah, timing is looking quite good so far, and of course, Quad hasn't played a ton in Roulette Rivals at least, but could find a quick way to the Kashmirian, but that is not where Quad is going. He's going for the foreman.
Quat must be feeling very comfortable with the timing here then, because we see Dean on the other side. He is just making sure he gets into this Queen's bodyguard disguise here as quickly as he possibly can.
Yeah, it seems that he didn't even want to risk starting the whole Brickler there because, of course, that chains all the other actions together, brings Dawood on the move, and but that has to be a restart on quatilyti. He couldn't get the disguise and get spotted by it, by the bullet distraction.
Maybe a little bit overplaying there on Quats and trying to just get all the disguises prepared and ready. But yeah, we see on Dean's side here just playing it safe and getting it done.
It would have been definitely the high risk but high reward approach from Quad. We'll have to be that restart, and having the lower in-game time against Dean is never a great idea because it is very rare that the Indonesian will end up ripping sometime.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to see how Dean can repair, but of course we just saw the laundry foreman rip on Quat's end. But Dean is oh yeah, we see the poison kill happen there though, right now on Dean's end.
Even quicker than what I had written down in the notes. 250 for the first kill. Won't even need to stop for just about anything. Can get. I think both these guys could have been a good argument, but going for the foreman first and the Kashmirian probably at the very end.
Could maybe even see just a setup on. You could even use Kashmirians as an exit disguiser almost, couldn't you? Just to get a faster break.
I
I
I
don't know if that's worth
imagine.
it though.
Yeah, I have the same questions here. At some point, they will have to both get the Kashmirian, and it will be a sizable detour. And I think Dane is mostly just thinking about, might maybe want to do at the end, but with no other gear to really work on, it's going to be a lot of waiting on Dane's side.
Yeah, I mean, you set up Vanya, right? It's just a traditional stuff, though, isn't it? It's pretty much the same type of setup, but you get a brick. Instead of going back and forth now for Kashmirian, you can just get it going right with Dean and just exit maybe on Kashmirian. I think that might be worth it, but I don't know. But Dean, of course, now going over here back in his tug disguise, looks like he'd rather just get both disguises over here before doing anything.
Yeah, and this would be, I guess, Quad's one big chance to catch up. It will be this spots once again where he did get spotted. Won't be any compromise action this time around. And if he gets the Q, then yeah, this is the furthest Quad has gone. I wouldn't say that he's 2.5 minutes behind, but I'm pretty sure that he is still behind.
Yeah, we saw he has about 40, 50 seconds here to get into the right disguise. This is a tight spot for Quat now.
Nice knowledge about
Ooh,
the laundry bodyguard and not even chest passing here.
yeah, I'm talking way too soon there. Looks like Quat is well covered.
Yeah, he's done the even smarter than I think what I would have done is to try to somehow get the Brickler going and get the outside Queen's Bodyguard from Vanya. But yeah, that gets the job done and will be a very smooth first kill for him.
I'm juggling these disguises a little bit though. But yeah, just staying in this disguise there. But yeah, can we see a brick now by Quat? That I would actually say that puts him ahead. He puts that brick in his hand. So I mean, this is going to be exciting stuff. Here he is, 2 minutes and 20 seconds behind on in-game time, but a brick can change all of that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big play for him because I'm not sure how Dean's other two kills will kind of line up here, especially with no Brickler yet, right? So that will mean that, of course, usually it is the case the first to Brickler wins, and Quati might have just taken the lead.
Yeah, kills is going to happen much faster on Dean's then as soon as the brick gets tossed in. But yeah, now the brick being half a minute, the faster is that on the Quat's end here, it seems, at least, or maybe even more than half a minute. But almost gotta think, is those 30, 40 seconds gonna be enough to get over to the Kashmirian and just run to the exit? Because of course you can just go to the main exit right there as the Kashmirian from that building.
Yeah, absolutely. Quad has, I think, one huge decision to make, and the more I think about it, the more logical it is to just start with Dawood and go to Kashmirian and exit main. But there could always be the argument that you are just after the Vanya ice, so you rush to Kashmirian, you pop the breach and go back down and catch Dawood. Of course, that means an even closer exit. Doesn't sound as good now that I talk about it, but players will have this huge dilemma.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see though. But yeah, looking very good here for Quat on this isolation. He gets all those 3 KOs, nothing to worry about. Should just give Vanya a nice little pillow to rest on right there.
Ooh, I don't love that placement. It is, of course, very close to Vanya. It is basically on her, but if it's not right next to her head, I don't feel like it's 100% to kill. I think it's very safe, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
bet too much on it.
I mean, if anything, just more things to be nervous about here now. This
Exactly.
is truly a tense battle between these guys here. We see Dean, of course, now knocking out all of Vanya's entourage and probably is just gonna pop this breacher here instantly.
Yeah, kill number two and the third is Kai's already set up. Uh, Basically no detours for Dane anymore. Big question for Quat is what can he do here? And I'm not seeing a pistol here, so pistol detection won't work for this barge ISO. And not even a
He doesn't
sedative.
have a blue egg. Wow, but that's gonna cause a triple shot, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Since one shot is a double, I can imagine that you cannot even be lucky to only hit two shots. It's already gonna be cheaper for the guards.
May Has made it a bit awkward here for himself though, Quat. So I mean, did he really have any other choice but to do what he did right there?
Hit
So let's see what does here. Can he maybe peekaboo David around the corner?
that's strong enough to hit, but where are the Bollywood bodyguards? They are
He
coming.
should be out of their bubble though. He should be out of their bubble. Gotta be careful though.
It's gonna be super easy for these guards to see that with one head turn from either of the three guards, and there's the combat. And
Where's the red guns? And now I think there's nothing here that can be done. But yeah, running this without a blue egg. Yeah, he changes up his strength for a pistol there. A pistol, of course, would have made this nothing to worry about her for Quat. But
yeah,
yeah, it's an awkward situation. I think he changed his loadout actually between spins just to make the laundry foreman grab more approachable with the tranquilizer. So, with Dean here looking very, very good now.
yeah, this is going to be not gonna say it's Mumbai 101, but it is one of the newer methods to just get this ISO done with. Basically, I wanna say it's the blue egg which is missing from Quad's side. It's so difficult because Quad had to prepare the consume poison as well as the shotgun and the breaching charge. It's so rare that all three items are gonna be needed for Mumbai, and I guess along the way the blue egg came out of the equation. Or the pistol.
Yeah, it's certainly a heavy loadout spin here, which is kind of rare. I mean, this is one of those locations where if you get fiber wire, even you don't need to bring
Yeah.
it. So
I don't want to say that there is even a poison vial, but I don't think that's relevant for spins. Just something to think about. But I think it was the play to just bring all three items and pistol or blue egg as the last one. I think pistol is the only one that. Yeah, you. Yeah, otherwise it loadout doesn't work.
Well, you could also maybe just opt for a loud shotgun on David here, actually, if you decide to distance him from his guards. But
I. That is
yeah,
fair.
Dean being in a bit of an awkward position here.
It's so interesting to see because it feels like that he's been trying this chain lure twice. This is the third attempt. Finally, he's now going for a right stance, but it seemed like the second part of the chains never seemed to work out. He always called it into the guard.
These 3 KOs here, though. Is Dean he gonna bail out of it? Oh, he thinks better of it, doesn't want to risk anything there.
Oh man, now all the four of them are bunched up together. I don't even know what the final item is for Dean. I think it's the Chenk because maybe it was used for the foreman.
Yeah, I think he maybe had the same loadout in the end there as quatilyti here. Yeah,
Ooh,
this is this is non-stop chaos at the moment here. We see Dean really struggling to figure out a way to get this cleanly.
yeah, at this point I have no idea even how to I get this isolation now. I think it's KO after KO as Quati was caught chest passing, so there's no chance for a comeback. It's gonna hurt for Quati because he was well ahead before the barge I saw, or I guess comparing to Dane's run, but of course it didn't work out.
But I mean, this is still such a weird. Oh yeah, Dean now just playing it extra careful here. Might be some screams from Daywood though. Oh, this can be awkward. There's some screaming.
I wanna see the rooftop there.
Yeah, but I don't think it matters because Dean is getting himself out, and that is finished by Dean, and should be 2 points for him here after the first map.
Oh god, that was such a tense ending with the lack of the loadout, of course. Had to be the, not quite the OG way, but one of the old ways to get this boathouse ISO done. And it was, I think, uncharacteristically risky by the end for that open KO on the first guard, but got it in the end with some small doubt screams.
Yeah, Dean playing it very patiently there and getting it done, and yeah, very clean. Get his own map pick. But now moving on to what I would say is one of Quat's best map, and probably the reason why he's picked it as well. He knows he's good here, so it's gonna be an interesting Chongqing here. But I do expect Quat to get back in it here.
Yeah, only two losses on quad side, one in the group stage last year against Osh. That's a
I rem
yeah.
I remember the loss you had to Time Cube, right? Where it was like the loud shotgun kill on Imogen with the downstairs, the red downstairs disguise, I think it was absolutely a crazy, crazy, crazy Chongqing.
Yes,
Double
21
chin.
minutes for time to win Chongqing, and it
Yeah.
was the one of the two map wins he got. Of course, that turned into one of the upsets of the tournament, but I was a crazy, crazy second map there. Also, quad speak. That was a loss by him, but of course he came back. I think he's ready now. If it has to be a loud live imaging, then he's ready. But of course, I think he's hoping for something simpler that he can maybe outpace Dane on.
Yeah, I just also think it's just crazy how Quater pulls up with a Krugermeyer to do this shot.
Well, if someone's ready, then it should be Quarry, and grazing the lines here by using the free cam between the maps would not be encouraged during the maps, but I guess it's possible as practiced before.
Yeah, would if you like just like realize something doesn't work and you want to double check and test something during a match, it shouldn't matter as long as you restart, right? Or
I think you could argue both ways, and I don't know the official stance, but it is something that would give the PC players an advantage. Console couldn't do the
yeah,
same, so
that's very true. That's very true. But I mean, it's just generally an advantage though to PC players, I guess, because PC players can do it and console players can't anyways, right? So
and that's the other argument that it can just happen anyway. And speaking of bad things, Scott, we'll just try to remember good old times sake, the cover aim into the facility.
Yeah, facing in through the wall.
And that should bring him down to arcade, yeah, at the bottom of the bottom of this house. 3-3 for Dane. He also played one Chongqing. It was in round 5 of this tournament. And yeah, that was a sweep against Reapers. So of course, he won all 3 maps. Hush falling object done in just 5 minutes and 8 seconds. So
yeah, that's very solid.
Yeah, I think it is the one condition which will throw a wrench into most players' plans. So that was a solid job done by him.
Yeah, that was his personal best as well. So
yeah, who needs easy spins when you can just PB on the hard ones?
yeah, 20 seconds now until Chongqing arrives, and both players looking like they're ready for the spin to arrive.
I didn't check if Dane was practicing. I am 100% sure that Quat will overdo perhaps the 2 drone, but very interested to see if Dane gets the spin for it, and it depends on what we get right here. It is Hash Electrocution Researcher, Imagine Letter Opener, Facility Security. This is hit, go, and 2 drone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, very interesting stuff here, this spin. But yeah, Quat doesn't hesitate, it seems, just gets right into it here.
Yeah, and that will be someone who's aiming at the drones and someone who isn't. So it's gonna be the 2 approaches here.
I do certainly think Quat knows what he's doing here with this approach. There should be a very easy electro setup up there, shouldn't it? So yeah, looks like Quat is just gonna get into the sky, so maybe just get that electro setup. I don't even think you need a taser up there. So
nope, as long as you shoot both the pipe and the socket, then it will work out for Quat. Although I would definitely go for the letter opener first, because you kind of want to overtake Hush here, but with the taser it's gonna be much safer.
Yeah, it could be awkward no matter what I want to say right there. But yeah, I get the letter opener there.
Now he's gonna have to wait for Hush to get into the puddle first, so maybe you can dodge this one. Oh no, no, poor Quatty.
Ooh, you just run through arcade, or do you wait?
I think you have to wait, but you are stopping Hush. And Quatty stays alive. Ooh. That's insane.
That's clean. That's clean. Gets moving there. But there we see it here. Dean actually opts for the sink in the toilet, making Hush sick. But there you can see it's just right now being relatively far behind, as Quat is already rooting himself up towards Imogen, and yeah, the disguise is right there. Quat has a trank, so yeah, this is already arguably going to be hard to see Dean catch up on this one.
Yeah, I think Quatty is his biggest opponent right now. Of course, the world record line as well, but how safe or how quick do you want to make this one? Because I think the world record is a possibility, even a finish within the next 15 seconds, but there are always the slightly risky approaches. I think you need to not only stop the redhead, but maybe trank him for extra safety, but that might mean that the world record is slipping away barely.
Ugemeyer here though, Quat, so it's like, oh no! There's no way!
That's the big difference between trying to go quick and trying to go too quick, because the head turn very slightly turned him into red, and I think if Quatty had used the other trank shot of his gun, then he wouldn't even had the same problem, because then the guard would be tranked already and Quatty would be running towards the exit. He had the entire spin. Yeah.
Like that just feels like a wall hack also though. Holy, that's such an unfortunate situation there for Quat, but yeah, it seemed like Dean is going for a late throw there though, and now it has flipped completely. Of course, Dean's still looking at a really, really good timer. Might actually get a new personal best here.
Oh yeah, 508 looks to be strongly defeated, and what seemed like, of course, Dane's approach is very good on his own right, but this is definitely a 2-door spin, and Quat killed it until the very end. Now it's Dane's time to perhaps... He's looking at the pistol dissection. He's trying to rush this one, I think.
That's Imogen Royce. Quite the bitch, apparently. Nothing wrong with
And he
that,
throws the
though.
letter opener.
Good.
A second kill there.
Target's down.
I'm just holding my breath for any bad head turns, but he does exit with green guns, and Dane takes a 4-0 lead.
Like it is 4-0 to Diener. Quat might of course finish within the photo finish window, but there should be impossible for him to catch up there, unfortunately, after that rip. And it's an unfortunate situation for Quat there, but yeah, moving on to map 3 there.
Ooh, and now Quat with an even better timing. I think it's not a real attempt, but this is kind of something how he would do it, maybe with an even better approach. I don't know, and I think maybe Quat will talk about it in chat after, but I don't know if he's not the player who has world record on the mind. He just had the fastest possible finish on his mind, and he went for the bullet distraction instead of the trank, which ultimately cost him, but such a heartbreaking finish.
One of those things where I think that's just probably what Quat does every time there, right? Just the bullet distraction right there,
Yeah.
but this time, yeah, just got super unfortunate, and that's this game for you sometimes. But yeah, it's devastating. But yeah, Dean does what he does best, cleans it up, and is now in a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and I think no better opponent than Dane to, I guess, showcase the fact that it's one thing to have the faster strategy, to execute it better, but every little tiny obstacle still need to be approached. And if Quad had the whoosh bar for 3 frames there, then that's also something that you have to be watch out for before next time. And I think Quad will have some second thoughts the next time he enters that area, and I'm sure he has done it like 9 out of 10 times cleanly, but the one time it needed to be, it had to go red.
Very, very unfortunate there, but yeah, have had 2 rough opening maps here, Quat. Hopefully able to readjust here now as we enter Bangkok in about a minute.
I love it because of the win rates. Of course, Mumbai was picked by Dane because of Quati's win rate, but Bangkok was picked because Dane's win rate himself, 10-1. I think that is the... Well, Dane is unbeaten in Berlin and Colorado from 8th place, but apart from that, Bangkok is his highest win rate, 10 wins and only 1 loss, which I'm sure came to... If I find it... It was the final map of RR12, Dane's only Bangkok loss so far, the map which crowns Scruffy the champion for the first time.
And I mean, almost untouchable here, Dean, of course, having the map record as well. So I mean, it is an uphill battle right now for Quat. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I think a lot will have to go Quati's way for this not to be a 6-0, but Quati himself, I think he is kind of known for cooking on Bangkok, so he may get this spin right here, maybe Hash?
Yeah, we got Jordan Cross has to be killed with a loud SMG in a suit, and Ken Morgan has to be killed with an assault rifle as the hotel staff. So, of course, 4 suit spin, suit start here.
Yeah, and I think apart from one question, this is a very straightforward spin, and my one question is, do you go to the balcony to delay Ken maybe? But and I don't know the answer, because if you do delay him, you are always going to get restaurant. If you don't delay him, you have kind of this rush to get down to, I guess, basement thematic timing.
But I think it's interesting here on Quats, and he very much rushed himself into things here and has a loud SMG in his loadout. But Dean here is carrying a briefcase, so seems to have a little bit more versatility than what Quat has at the moment, having to use his loud SMG right there in order to make it a safe make it safely through. But it's Dean who's actually ripping, and Quat is the one who's still alive here.
You did not expect it based on the approaches, but I think the panic on Quat's side did help him, of course, in the end. And then just barely getting caught chest passing, which will give Quatty an almost minute-long lead. That will be the balcony peekaboo. that it will be a peekaboo, not to the balcony, as Scruffy suggested, but still a very straightforward start for Quad.
Looking good so far here. Yeah, Briefcase tosses Jordan Cross further in there. But yeah, making his way back out of here with without having prepared any disguises is scary, and it looks like What is thinking about that. Ups for a
I think that's
Gets a
called
really
chest passing.
yeah, real unfortunate head turn there. And that now puts Dean ahead, and he now 50 seconds into the spin, getting ready for this Jordan peekaboo.
Yeah, and it wasn't the final big obstacle, but I think after the kill, after securing the exit disguise, Quad would have just needed to put a Rheumatic into Can and become a hotel staff, of which there are just so many ways to do. Dean now with the lead. Yeah, it was so unfortunate with the blue egg, but I didn't quite see why you would go for it that way.
Here I've experienced people going into that room with those two guards over there, so I assume maybe Quat has experienced the same and don't want to leave any dirty bodies. And that almost makes it more unfortunate, you know, just trying to play it safe and bring a
Yeah.
blue egg to the spin and then ripping like that.
Yeah, those are the most heartbreaking grips because you are trying to be safe. You are actively working to work on consistency, but sometimes the game just doesn't want it, and it is a very awkward peekaboo spot. It is, I guess, kind of consistent. It can throw you off, but yeah, in the end, it's just tough luck by Quaddy.
It's a really, really awkward position, but yeah, Quat currently it's into things there again, and Dean having gotten his kill, but is fumbling around a little bit, but yeah, gets over to the disguise there. He has had no problems with the loud kill here, and nobody has been caring about these bodies on Dean's end, so he should be good to just move on now. There we see Quat here with the blue egg.
Yeah, it was crazy for Dane, keeping FC, of course, but after hiding in the booth for a couple of seconds, but gonna work out for him. Same for Quati, who will have a quicker exit disguise. Dane is passing this this other briefcase and its guard, but yeah, should be quite straightforward for Dane now.
It's of course multiple options here though. You have the sending Ken to the toilet with the emetic, but you could also just send Ken's guard to the toilet and lure Ken into the corner out there with some coins. But it looks like Dean is wanting to emetic Ken here.
Oh, shaking his camera. I don't think he's liking the timing. Could have even thought about the party ISO that you mentioned, but I guess just wasn't the case without the disguise, even if it's not too far away. But then he's gonna work on this hotel staff lure while Ken is arriving to this bathroom in a minute.
Hopefully, ooh, it's awkward timing though for Dean here. Look at this, you have the kitchen staff coming in here.
Yeah, and this is where Dean wants him to go. Oh my, and Quad isn't so much behind on the emetics, and for Ken, he was even closer to the bathroom, so this is closer than we imagine, and it will be a catch-up very quickly.
Oh my god, now Dean might get the wrong guy here. Oh no, he gets the right guy.
Oh, barely, but now has to quickly hide his body.
Yeah, it's a really awkward position here for Dean. But yeah, we see Quat on the other end, though. He has been able to make it all come together a little quicker. And that almost means that he catches up here. He might actually overtake right now, which is very, very interesting.
Yeah, Dane still doesn't have the disguise.
Oh, it's so close. It's so close.
I was so averse about the mirrors there.
Just gotta knock this guy out here now. Oh. Quat knocks both out, pulls out the AR, headshot there. Oh, he is ahead at the moment though, and this is certainly gonna look like it's gonna be a photo finish here by our players though. But wow, what a Bangkok we got here.
Wow, Quad takes the lead in the bathroom just by getting the disguise so smoothly and quickly, and Dane, of course, not through all of his fault, but did fumble around that bathroom with the extra NPCs coming, and I think the result will be not only an earlier finish by Quad, but due to the extra restart, I think a map win and a 4-2.
Yeah, it does indeed look like that. Very strong comeback here by Quat, even with that early rip there. That was really unfortunate. Was able to get himself together and catch up. And if anything, though, he did everything faster upstairs there with Jordan, and that's also a big part as to why he caught up there.
Yeah, and I think this was kind of the spin that I expected that Quat would take the first map win on, and just something straightforward that he could maybe execute slightly faster than Dane. But the crazy thing is that, and actually I think this is second try versus second try, but the crazy thing is that it was a huge in-game time advantage for Quat, even though he was 40 seconds behind at the start of his final run.
But the huge in-game time advantage was also a huge advantage to make the hotel staff grab there. That both players went, of course, for the same hotel staff grab, but that being so much easier for Quat is because he was able to get there about a minute faster. So
Yeah, these Bangkok spins can snowball so fortunately for players, because if you make, well, of course the biggest part is if you make the basement timing, then of course you are just have an awesome in-game time. If you are just late for it, then it still matters when you emetic can. And Quati emeticked him when he was, I guess, closest to the restaurant door, which also gave him that extra 15 seconds, and then he didn't have to worry about the kitchen stuff, and then the civilian was also in a correct place for the other bathroom. It just all lined up so well for Quat.
yeah, certainly there, and yeah, we'll see calculations be made here though, with of course just 8 seconds separating the players. That is understandable, but yeah, fully expect these 2 points to be awarded to quatilyti here.
Yeah, unless we miss something major, but it is PC versus PC, second try versus second try, and it is a substantial advantage. I think we can see the whole numbers, but Mu has the decimals. It's 5.5, which, you know, it is closer than the 6 we see, but it's not enough to, I think, shift the scores much.
Yeah, I mean, Quat also I think doesn't have the fastest loading times, so that should also be an advantage to him here. But still gotta wait and see. But yeah, Sapienza though coming up next. That's gonna be another exciting map here where we see these two playstyles. Really, I think it's super exciting to see how these two playstyles match up against each other, at least on the three first maps here. And I think Sapienza as well here is gonna be a perfect map to see how these playstyles differ.
Yeah, absolutely. And also something where it really matters if you get something that is, I guess, less than 4 minutes long in-game time-wise, or it's the other end, where you very likely spend more than 7. Of course, the latter is the type of spin where you will get everyone from chat chiming in with their own, not their own, but their suggestions about how to make it quicker with the PI lure, with the virus lure, and anything between.
Yeah. And yeah, those sort of strats are always exciting, but of course rarely something that we see in Roulette though. But you'd love to see it if anybody pulls out the early virus or any PI stuff.
Yeah, or even the mere presence of Roberto could even make half a spin so much easier if you just call her immediately. It's also something that is not seen so often, but one can only hope for that the right spin will appear.
Indeed.
No results yet, but the mouse is typing. Or the Moose, I guess. His Moo's new Discord name just throws me off a little. And there are the results. Not sure if you have them in Discord. But it seems like that Dane loaded for 8.6 and Quat loaded for 14.1, so extend his lead by 6 seconds. And I think he wins by 11 or 12 seconds. A very, I guess, not anticlimactic, but easy to call on Moo's end. With Russia going wild, got his first map in here. The community the Russian community had, I think, its biggest presence because I think 4 of them played. Just gonna very quickly check. Of course, Quati made the 16, and there was Skylar, Fly for You, and Glebak. It's huge. Nice to see them practice and, of course, root for each other right here.
Oh, we see the results have been settled here now, and Quat did indeed get the points in Bangkok here, as there's 1 minute until Sapienza arrives.
Yeah, I think it's one of the maps where both players have over 50% win rate, or first maps of the match rather. Yeah, wouldn't expect it so, but by 4 seconds, Dane has the better personal best. Actually, not so far away from the map record for either of them.
Yeah, pretty much identical stats here for our players. But yeah, Dean, of course, having won last time they were here, it seems. So maybe that gives the edge to Dean here going into the match.
Yeah, I think their rivalry is something that we should touch on between 2 maps, because they have played 3 times and they did play quite interesting matches before. But for now, it is about whether Dane can take a commanding 6-2 lead, or we enter the RNG maps with 4-4 and everything to play for over the final 4 maps. Yeah, the Sapienza spin here, which is Silver Cuso. Shoot him through the telescope as Roberto Vargas and Francesca De Santis loud explosive weapon as the Plague Doctor.
Wow, I do not know what to think about this spin here, but hopefully the players do.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I know how this sprint plays out. I know where I would want to start and what to do first, but how the rest of the timings work out is a great mystery.
Yeah, we see Dean here hesitating a little bit. Quato starting instantly here from the safe house.
Yeah, it's such a muscle memory too. I think these are the type of spins where you probably want to shoot the telescope as soon as possible, little over at 1 minute, but I don't think this is the right spin for that, because I think, I'm not sure how familiar others are with this condition, but I think Silvio doesn't spend a whole lot of time at the telescope, just 30 or so seconds, so you kind of have to time everything correctly.
I think it's also a back and forth situation where he peeks into it for like 10 seconds, goes out a little bit, and then peeks into it again before he moves on. So it's a very awkward situation in that telescope. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see here if, because loud explosive here on Francesca makes it so interesting. We see Dean going into the disguise on his way up, though, what I would probably expect our players to do. But the Quat on the other side, currently still in his suit. Is he just gonna isolate Franny here and going back now? He's changing his mind, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's answering your own question right now. It's just so much better to get this kill outright. Not a lot you can gain by making it remote, and it's very rare that you can make this soundproof, and especially with Franny's guards, I think you always wanna deal with them. On the other hand, you see that I'm not sure if it's by design, but he has the explosive powder, so that might be his loud explosive choice.
Yeah, having maybe opted for a more available loadout for himself so that he could just use that weapon instead. Of course, fun to see though, players using that, because you never really see it. I mean, loud explosive weapon, you would probably assume the players should just bring a ducky or a micro explosive.
Yeah, one of the more unique Sapienza spins of recent memory, with Dean using the micro explosive. I'm not sure if the ragdoll works out, but oh, so lucky. One of the hands just will be in range for him to hide her. It's an important first kill for Dean.
Yeah, being ahead there now. Very nice lead on Dean's end, but Quad there knocking out Franny and just lining her up in the toilet. But yeah, Dean now being as ahead as he is. But has Dean worked on Vargas here? I'm not too sure, but I think maybe Quat already has put a Seeker or two into Vargas.
I am not sure about Quat. I'm pretty sure that Dane hasn't done anything, but Quat was hesitating on the rooftop, and I think it might have been the time where he may have Seekered, but I think in the end he didn't. So they are kind of even on that part. It will be just so important to, I think, grab Vargas first, and then when you are actually ready to go down to the basement or the lab, only then shoot the panel, which neither of them have done already.
Dean now is in the right disguise though, so Dean with most of the momentum as it stands. And yeah, there's still no panel that's been shot on Quats, and I think Dean, is he doing it now? Making up his mind, shooting the panel now, it seems, on Dean's end.
I think Dean has not the perfect timing, but quite close to it because oh damn, that's a second Seeker for Quad. But for Dean, my very short experience is that you can shoot the panel now, you destroy the virus, and you make it to the church. I don't know, there's a secluded area you can shoot from, and you just have the perfect timing for it. As I think these are quatility's main problems. He needs the briefcase because he will be in public area with a sniper, and he's locked out
No
of the room.
Everything here going wrong for Quat. This is a nightmare situation here. But yeah, he can just get this disguise changed and he'll probably be able to make his way out of here again. But yeah, no. Looking like everything's just going wrong for Quat. It's a really rough situation here.
Yeah, good decision to put that second Dematic into Vargas, but time is being wasted, and we just... I think like Mumbai is about who bricks first, these spins about who shoots the panel first, and Dane has a commanding lead here, but gets an enforcer. This means that he will have to go a detour. Not quite sure if he could get there yet.
It's this is what it's all about. Who gets it first? But yeah, Dean being so far ahead now, it's gonna be hard for Quat to catch up. Has Quat shot the panel now? I assume yes.
I wasn't sure either, but I think no, he's going back for the sniper, picks it up, and I think now he will have to shoot it. But he will shoot it from somewhere else? Huh. I'm pretty sure no panel has been shot yet for Kotti.
Yeah, it's but yeah, Dean, very few things can go wrong. Can get spotted here though, so has to be a bit careful, but as it stands though. But yeah, it looks like Quat is for some reason going for this bomb drop right here.
Yeah, it's a very nice way to destroy the virus, but I'm not seeing how it will make the CVO quick killer, sorry. CVO kill quicker. But then gets the last one done and will exit.
Yeah, I don't think anything Quat does matters from this end. Dean really ran this cleanly here. Quat, a lot of weird stuff going on, a lot of back and forth for getting the briefcase, but yeah, Dean, very clean stuff, gets it done here, 6 minutes and 37 seconds.
Yeah, panel only now. Yeah, difficult for me to suggest a better route than what Dane has done. Sorry, I cannot speak English anymore. I think at least early on in this Kill's life, I think that is the best mainline strategy, is to just get the first kill down and shoot the panel and go down for the virus, and then CVO at the church, and Dane has achieved that to perfection.
Indeed, indeed, and with that, he is also on match point, closing in on the top 8 now.
Yeah, and it is scale, which I think is a Dane map. And of course, that is supported by the win rate. Quati didn't even play scale this tournament. His last one was a loss against me in the quarterfinals in the World Championship. But has beaten Fenium in R15. And... oh, there... and of course lost to Dane back in RWC 23, which was one of the first scales that Quati has done.
Yeah, looking at the lifetime performances here, it's It's another weird one where the win rate certainly is in Dean's favor, but PB here in Quad's favor. So once again, wide open. But yeah, I will certainly. I could see favoring Dean here, considering just how everything's been going so far. Dean is looking ice cold with everything here.
Yeah, very few rips in the entire match so far. I remember the Bangkok one. Chongqing, Mumbai, I think were both first tries. Sapienza to near perfection. So yeah, difficult to beat him right now. And Dane is not a player who falls behind in placements. His last few finishes were 5th and 4th and 5th. It was down in R13 the last time he finished outside the top 8, so would take a huge comeback from Quati to end this streak.
Yeah, certainly. But Quat as well has been one of the most consistent players ever in RR, where his average placement is 7th place. So I mean that he obviously is one of those players that pretty much always reaches the top 8 as well. So it is one of those matches here. I think probably, I don't know if it's actually true, if this is going to be, it's not the first time Quat has come in 9th place. He has come in 9th place a few times before, and I see that on Dean's end as well. But yeah, both players are usually very consistently going into that top 8, it seems.
Yeah, and even if the placements wouldn't line up, I think I would consider both Quati and Dane as one of the top 8, if not, an even smaller circle of currently the all-time best players. That doesn't make sense, but they're current best players.
There's just so many good players, it seems, in the current competitive scene here in Roulette, right? Where even the 16, like, there's way too many players for only for that top 16, So it's that's
Yeah.
just how it is right now.
Yeah, absolutely no free matchups in this round of 16. And I couldn't even guess who goes through. Of course, I think you can never go wrong with a scruffy bet of him making very far, if not winning the whole tournament. But anyone from the other side of the bracket, of this single elimination bracket, as someone is asking, it's gonna be a lot of guessing, and a lot of players will have to step up and maybe rise to the occasion as we get to this map number 5. But you're not what your hash, sorry.
We have Zoe Washington has to be killed with an accidental explosion as the entertainer, and Sophia has to be killed drowning as the ARC member.
Sophia drowning, Trespass in disguise. It's an interesting start.
Doesn't need to be. You can get her in the toilet downstairs also. So I don't know if the players think about that though. So we'll see if the players want to force the toilet upstairs or maybe settle with the toilet downstairs here. But yeah, Dean at least looking like he want to wallbang the entertainer, bringing this many emetics.
Oh yeah. I think the wallbang is such a handy isolation. Of course, takes a bit of time until entertainer is available. So that might be for, I guess, just another time. What I could see is, this would take a lot of trust from the game, but you make Sophia sick, but slightly after that you make the entertainer sick as well, so that Sophia goes for the known bathroom while the entertainer could read out there after the drowning kill. I don't know if I'm asking too much from the game, but I think that would be the fastest way.
Yeah, I think for me, off the top of my head, it feels like such a nightmare to be up there in the ARC member disguise, because just passing in and out of that toilet is an absolute nightmare. You're also gonna have to deal with Sophia's guard outside, of course. So it's interesting to see if that's what the players are opting for. But yeah, I was looking at like both players are just KOing Zoe's guard. That, of course, is one of the things you want to pay attention to when you just want to blow Zoe up without thinking about it. We see Quat is dragging the body away just so that he can make this kill just happen without having to make it an exit kill.
Yeah, it seems like the Dane doesn't really have a whole lot of options apart from making this an exit kill. Like Quat will have these options to make the kill anything faster, but what really matters is for Quat to stay green, but other than that is to make radio timing.
It looks like he's getting there just in time. A little bit later than Dean, but might actually... yeah, he's just opting for Seeker, though. I don't know if I like this by Quat, but...
Yeah, the door might just close on him when he needs it. And that's a dart that hit. That's huge for Quati, who will now take the lead for sure.
That's a great play. And yeah, this one, no whoosh is there to ruin anything for him.
And of course, this Elite Guard detaches after radio, so no Enforcer outside, apart from the Architect who would sometimes roam in here.
Looks very good here, Dean, though, on the other side. I don't know if he's thrown... yeah, he picks up his Emetic Grenade. Is he gonna use that on... Yeah, he uses that on the wallbang. Does he get it, though? Yeah, he gets the wallbang. He has Sophia Seek as well.
Yeah, the way the math should work out is that... Well, yeah, it's either the way I said it or I'm gonna be super wrong, but this could work out for Dane. The problem is that he is fairly behind Quat, who I think could take the disguise.
This is where I want to say Dean is ahead there. He has a faster entertainer coming, and that actually puts Dean ahead from my point of view. But Quat is of course now just setting himself up, getting a disguise that allows him to roam around up here freely.
Yeah, I want to say that you're right. I was considering that maybe if Quat could get the entertainer while he's upstairs, but I think Quat will wait until the entertainer is all the way down in this bathroom. Yeah, I'm not seeing any ways to make this any quicker. So that will be the disguise for Dane first, and Quat like 45 seconds later.
Of course, being the entertainer is a little bit of a nightmare. Big whooshes. And making your way to an exit also can be tough here, because in Dean's current situation, he has to kind of get over to an exit. And body found right. Oh, he actually just completely ignores it. But for Quat here, he can just pop this. He can just pop this, change back, and just run to whatever exit he wants.
Exactly.
He does not opt to do so. Oh my god, that push again.
Also, we players with huge bushes outside this radio room, but it seems like Quat is not trying to make this any quicker, so Dane will be the first one to exit. Quat had such a huge advantage here. Oh, but still will be a Dane finish.
Quat is just forgetting about this body drag here. Because Quat did set up this body drag to make this entertainer kill easier for himself.
He didn't have a remote, he only brought the propane. And he cannot shoot the propane, he doesn't see it. Now he gets the kill, but it is going to be a photo finish. Oh, but Dane is red! Dane is red! We didn't see what happened to the Elite Guard! But he exits with 4 stars. I was looking for the dumb press, but there was none because it's the red gun finish.
Oh my god! And it looks like that opening play there that Quat opened with dragging that Elite Guard away. It's gonna clutch him this map win here.
I am so sorry for completely missing what happened to Dane. I was gonna say that it surely has to be the body found. If it's anything instant, then of course he restarts before. Oh, the end of the 3 second just barely gets red before finishing. Oh man.
Wow. That's a match point lost there. I mean, he's still on match point, but that match there lost in the final second.
Yeah.
Such a terrible situation to be in, but undefeated Berlin player going up against the world record holder. That's this match just doesn't stop giving us gifts here.
And this is the map which I think everyone was waiting for the most. I'm not sure. Dane is unbeaten in Berlin, but I'm not sure if he will get to a match point as close as he was in Scale, because this is absolutely Quati's map. Even Dine has a 5.5 minute personal best, this is gonna be fireworks for sure.
Yeah, this match has certainly been delivering so far, and I'm glad this got pushed to half an hour earlier, because it makes it so that I get towards the next map, which of course starts in half an hour now. But yeah, Will Dean get it done here and keep his 100% win rate, or is Quat gonna show everybody why he is the world record holder here? If there's any time to showcase that, it certainly is today here, giving Dean his first Berlin loss.
Meanwhile, I was checking back Dane's VOD. I'm not sure if they have the answers. Oh, no one knows the answer, but I have it because it was the breacher that killed Dane's Zoe. It wasn't the propane, and Zoe was found while she was, falling back down to the abyss.
No. Okay, so that's
So
why you
heartbreaking.
should use a concussion duck, I guess.
Yeah, that's another great argument for it.
Oh, that's such an unfortunate situation there for Dean. But of course, it keeps the match alive here, and yeah, Berlin can't complain. When we get a Berlin here.
Yeah. And yeah, huge pressure on Dane to keep this 8-0 win rate. Huge pressure on Quad to stay in the match on the map. He has the map record on, and huge pressure on Mude to cook up some good spin for us.
Yeah, hopefully we get that. But that's the magic about Berlin, right? Pretty much every spin. I want to say every spin in Berlin is a good spin. Even Florida man spins.
Yeah, if it doesn't require you 4 items, which I think it has its own magic when you are just forced in loadout and approach, but I think the best of Berlin is when you have
like,
the for.
Yeah, like silent shotgun and loud SMG is awful. But yeah, spin arriving here in for fun. What do we have?
Let's see in terms of items. Combat knife as delivery guy is number 1. Explosion accident as technician is number 2. And then we have hobby knife in the suit, concealable knife in the biker, and fall as the dealer.
Yeah, I mean, hobby knife and concealable knife certainly obtainable here by the players, but a combat knife certainly is an item I would assume both players will be adding. It seemed like what they brought both the combat knife and the hobby knife, so.
So did Dean. Surprise for me that the hobby knife is brought in, but of course it's I think you can decide either way. Combat knife you always wanna bring, and concealable you probably always wanna take from green. It's some very niche spins where you don't wanna be near the rooftop, but otherwise it's easiest to get from here. Luckily the 2 accidents require no items, but fall will be interesting, especially as a basement disguise.
Certainly here, but yeah, both players very mirrored so far and pretty much identical on the in-game timer, so.
Yeah.
But there with the first kill, hobby knife in the suit.
It is the one kill that I guess could have a different approach here and just kill Lowenthal. I'm just stealing moves lines here, but smooth first kill here. Green won't be used for fall, but I think he shouldn't be anyway. And then I guess it's going downstairs for the delivery and biker kills.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting our first little bit of a different approach here. We see Quat did the triple shot up this tech disguise and should be able to actually get that kill done already here.
Oh yeah, in position with the propane flask. No breacher troubles for this spin, just gonna be able to shoot it when Banner arrives up here, and that will be Quati, the first player with 2 kills, but Dane himself is working on his own second.
Yeah, Dean there, delivery guy, placed inside the garbage bin.
Back
Very
to green for Quat. Yep.
Yep.
And then should hit the proxy on Lowenthal, where is the other biker, but seems like there shouldn't be any problems, especially with a ICA pistol for Dane. We'll just be able to bullet distract that other biker for a smooth combat knife kill.
Here,
Wow, okay. I'm not sure if you saw the head turn on the biker. It could have been scary, but Dane stays alive.
and Dean is now lining him up for the second kill, but yeah, Quat right behind him, and Quat already has 2 kills, so Quat lining himself up for the third kill here. Oh, he gets a triple shot. I don't know if that's what you want, or maybe it actually is.
insta-hunted, but it's actually gonna work out for him. Goes right inside. I have no idea if this was planned by Quati, but it flies so well.
I mean, I was thinking about what just happened in Chong earlier, and that's like, was this planned? And actually, this time I think it was.
This is the actual fastest way to get I guess Lowenthal down. Interesting to see that Quati didn't get this kill.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's fair enough here. Focusing on maybe, yeah, he could have just gotten kill 3 and then kill 4, just done. Oh, he's gonna come back up there as
the dealer for the 4 kill.
yeah, very likely. So, but yeah, looking very confident so far here by but yeah, of course, Dean now also on 3 kills and moving along here.
I think the fall will be the huge difference here. I mean, I'm not sure where you would go for the 4 kill if you're Dane. Rolf's room or what?
Or running back out and up somewhere. But
Yeah.
I think Watt is lining himself very nicely up for the target that should be inside the security room right now.
Yeah, 3:45, little over 4 minutes when he leaves. Working out perfectly. But of course you cannot really do the triple KOs, yeah.
Super clean, they're avoiding the cameras on Quat's end.
I imagine we will see bullet distraction for Quati.
Waiting for the proximity to expire.
Okay, it's just gonna be a throw or a silent attack. Oh, before the doors psychically opening. Kill number 4 for Quat.
It's all about just getting the dealer. We see that happening on Dean's end. Yeah, Dean's still on 3 kills though, and Quat of course has his final target lined up. He's just preparing himself for the final disguise grab here.
Yeah, it feels like absolutely a Quati lead for Dane. It's gonna be, yeah, if there was any doubts about if Banner will be used for the 4 kill, I think they are being diminished now because he was the one being triple shot for this for, I guess, explosion technician. It cannot be anything else for Dane.
In the dealer disguise here now though.
And that's the tricky part because I'm not seeing the fall for Banner. I guess I could see the explosion accident since he has the disguise for it. Huh, he is cleaning Rolf's office. That has to be for the 4 kill.
Has to be. But yeah, Quat here now has not really anything to worry about. Maybe some Montgomery stuff here, but I don't think that's anything real to worry about. Yeah, that looks very good here for Quat.
Yeah, picture scared me, but that is the sedative syringe on the dealer. And the final agent is already knocked out. Gonna be a slight chest passing area here, but not even Davenport will see inside. Should be smooth sailing to a little over 6-minute spin on, I would say, a longer spin because it has 4 less dealers. So very nicely done by Quat.
Very cleanly and very confidently done here. Just absolutely no hesitation throughout here and gets it done. And that should also put Quat up on match point here, finishing it off in 7 minutes and 4 seconds. And we will be looking at a 6-6 score here and heading on to our next map.
We have the first 6-6 of the tournament. The first time since, I'm sure it happened deep in the World Championship last year, but it will come down to maybe 2 maps, but likely the one. Whittleton Creek, whoever wins this next map will advance to the final 8.
And of course, Dean here starting strong, but Quat starting to heat up here now. Like last 2 maps for Quat here, and no resets after having really struggled on the first 4. To be completely fair, because he had rips on those. He did not have a. Yeah, he even had a rip on Bangkok, right, Quat there. So
Yeah.
But yeah, last 2 maps here, Quat really has cleaned it up.
And this is the huge difference between the 2 players. Dane has a huge floor. He never does so poorly that he would be swept by many players, but Quat is the type of player who can have a very high ceiling, which I think he's kind of reaching for these last two maps. And as we reach Whittleton Creek, yet another map where Dane has a 1-0 lead on the head-to-head, but I'm not sure if that can be counted for anything right now.
Yeah, as you say that, but of course, Quad coming from full game running and speed running in the past, it is a tendency you often see from those who are very hardcore speedrunners and stuff, that they have a much more volatile playstyle. It's much more higher risk but higher reward in a lot of situations, and I think this certainly is a match where you've seen that shine through on numerous occasions there.
Yeah, and Whittleton of all the maps, it's so interesting to see, since once again Dane has the better win rate, the better personal best, but isn't this a map where so many disguise combos can just make it a straightforward run and a photo finish with a slight quality lead? Maybe I'm projecting too much here, but he can be so quick, especially with the momentum on his side.
Yeah, that I want to say that Whittleton is one of those maps that really gives the advantage to Dean, because Dean, as we see here, he doesn't really rip even Berlin. He takes it slow, steady, and it's like, of course, Quat being one of the best Berlin players in the world, you gotta show up and have a 6 flat sub 6 spin to compete, right? But like Dean there, that would have been a 7 or 8 minute in-game time, right? So that is a high level Berlin, but Whittleton, on the other hand, is a map that really suits Dean, in the sense that it's such a, either you can get disguises like nurse, politician assistant, and politician here, right, in spins, and those are really the moments where Dean really shine, where the spins and the disguise grabs can just really make it confusing for those players who just want to go in and just get it done instantly.
Yeah, definitely. I know that what kind of spins Dane will be hoping for and what kind of spins Quati will be hoping for, and there are not a lot of overlaps, so we'll see if we find anything that favors one or the other. Fourth match between the two players, RWC23, Quati with a final map victory, sort of a comeback to, I think, score his first big upset against the RR12 champion. But RR15, RWC24, both Dein Nomos wins. This rivalry is taking another turn with the longest match, now taking 7 maps, but I couldn't tell who will have the upper hand now.
Yeah, it's this has truly been a great match here, and it's just the beginning, or the second match here of the KO stages. But yeah, Whittleton arriving. You want me to take this one?
Sure, go ahead.
Tom? Yeah, we get Giannis has to be killed with consumed poison as the barbecue owner, and Nolan Cassidy fall as the server.
Oh my god. Oh, I guess it could be worse if with the with the kills swap, but Nolan fall is something that you have to think about a bit, and you cannot use Parkomatic. It's one of the spins where I think you will have to wait for Betty's side.
Yeah, this is truly one of those spins that requires patience, unless someone has gone out there and labbed some really good fall approaches for a Nolan, but potentially a really fast consumed opportunity here. But the barbecue owner grab is always kind of a nightmare. But Quack looks like he has it covered without using any loadout slots for it. Dean, on the other hand, feels the need to use his bubblegum.
Yeah, it's a nice knowledge by Quad. Not even gonna say that he's taking some risks here, because that was slowly becoming a resource and a meta to just take care of the barbecue owner in such an efficient way. Dane slightly behind, but I think it will really just come down to the in-game times, of which they are basically tied.
The moment, how will we see this? Yeah, we see a little bit of a difference here though. Muffin here on Quad's end, but I don't know if it is an option here to do some lockdown stuff. You gotta hide his body, if so.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Quatty going for the lockdown. I was gonna say that he could do some peekaboos to make this quicker, but I have no idea if lockdown will be quicker than the, I guess, 255, which would be the samovar.
I'm worried here. He has his smuggle. He can't get back there. He gotta open the garage and just run out.
I wasn't sure where Janice would be
garage door
coming.
opening?
What he's losing his smuggle for a bit. That's gonna be really difficult to get back. I'm not even sure. It's probably a
I
Seeker.
don't even know if it. Yeah, I don't even know if it matters. Maybe he has an emetic grenade as a backup here, but does not look like it. He does certainly need to get back in there and pick up his Seeker. Looks good right now though. Ooh,
Gunther
I
is
don't
kind of
know.
looking towards the smuggle. Oh,
But oh no, big whoosh there on Quats and
it's gonna be
get
pickable.
out of
They're big
there.
sandwich. How
Oh
is it
my
happening?
god!
Quatty stays green. No. What? Oh, he does it again.
Oh, you just gotta wait. But yeah, we were talking about it. This is just one of those spins where you gotta just wait. If Quati just accepts that, it's like there's no reason to worry about anything here. Like people
Jesus
are gonna
Christ.
end their panic, and he's gonna see the muffin soon. You're just still probably gonna have to wait for Nolan to get back into the garden. And if anything, here, something we should acknowledge is that uh, quatilyti is gonna have a super easy server grab. Server is just laying in the foliage for quatilyti, and he can just get right back to that disguise and move on.
Yeah.
Dean is gonna have to find a different server disguise here, or try to get that change behind the counter where there's a lot of bodies that can't spot him, and even the barbecue owner is gonna stand right next to him if he opts for that one. Of course, there is a different server disguise he can go for, but we'll see here if what Dean has planned.
I have no idea what to say even because I don't think Quati knows where to go next. Where is the... Oh my god, the elite guard is going outside. Genesis bodyguard. I'm not sure where he will come back and Quati will just knock out that guard with Janus. That feels like so risky. Both players with the consume poison kill down and Dane will have to go. Sorry, Dane will have to go for that server very far away. I guess it's gonna be... Yeah, that loner upstairs.
Yeah, Dean, it certainly looks advantage Dean here at the moment though, because having all the clues and just playing it a bit patient with this guy. Even doing it with a tranquilizer here, very nice.
And I guess Quati can barely but hit the emetic timing on Nolan, because I guess that is the best way to do this spin, is just make him work to bet his garden. And will be the same for Dane. After all this craziness, they are both having to hit the same emetic spot. Dane will do it first, and I think has the advantage now.
Certainly. We're gonna have to see quatilyti, of course, having to deal with some of these problems or NPCs rather with James Batty and such in the garden here. But yeah, gets 2 emetics done there. That is maybe a little bit of a big difference here though. Not having to deal with Nolan's guard, but should honestly not be
Yeah,
too much of a problem.
I don't think so either. When was the last time spot in the quarterfinal will be decided by who handles this very niche Nolan 4-kill better? Who will find the prompts for the creek better? Because there are some ways where you can spend 20-30 seconds before finding the dump. I think this map is closer than that.
It's still, I don't know, Quat now, of course, by the clue. You see Dean already dragging the body. He is 10 seconds ahead on the in-game timer as well here.
And now Quati begins the drag. If he knows a better spot, he could catch up, but I think Dane knows the consistent way. He just has to keep dragging until the prompt appears, and if the prompt soon will appear, I think we have a winner.
There's the prompt on Dean's end. And he is now just running as fast as he can to an exit. And exits there 5 minutes 53. Let's see here on Quat's end though. Quat has a little bit slower loading time, so but 10 seconds should be way too much, though I do certainly think we have our second quarter finalist here in Dein Nomos.
13 seconds to overcome in a battle of first try versus first try. I believe it was a 6-second advantage that Quati got from a 2-load photo finish. I am indeed not seeing if Quati could take this win. Of course, what we would really like to see is somehow Dane win by 1.99 seconds, but I think it remains a dream.
Yeah, but yeah, looking at the in-game times there as well, it really couldn't get much closer, but yes, a lot of stalling there on Quat's end maybe. He's struggling a lot, of course, with the whole Janus setup and forgetting his smuggle and having to run a little bit back and forth there. But course, at least staying patient enough to make this a photo finish tie, and that's what you love to see. But yeah, it does indeed look here like Dein Nomos is going to be our second player going on and moving on to the top 8.
Just trying to see there's something in matchups channel. Oh, it's the next match is promote, perfectly working out. I think I'm just trying to see if Quati answers Dane's ping, if there was any other loads, because the second half of the spin was just so hectic that I really cannot remember. And I feel like someone did a quick replan. I feel like Dane did a replan, but I'm not sure. If Quati was the one with the extra loads, then of course it would be such a different story.
Yeah, I do think Quater just went straight in. But if anything, I think he allowed Dean to catch a little bit up on the in-game time due to just stalling maybe. But of course, hard to remember at this point. But yeah, it really... I don't think there is anything more to it here. I do think we have a Dean win, but of course we gotta wait a little bit.
Yeah, this
Yeah, I
is
mean,
nerve-wracking for me and for you as well, but especially for Dane. But he gets the confirmation now, and Dein Nomos is once again a quarter-finalist.
yeah, big congratulations to Dean Nomos there. Really is showing himself solid through and through and preventing the late comeback from quatilyti.
Jesus Christ, this almost slipped away from Dane's hands, of course, with the scale detonation. Did not go his way. Berlin, I think, was always going to be Quatis, and once again, that was Dane's first ever Berlin loss, so huge win by Quati there. But this narrow Whitton Creek win will make sure that the RR12 runner-up is still in the competition.
Indeed, indeed.
Let me just see. Hopefully it doesn't... I think I have to refresh and interact. Let's try refresh. Doesn't want to refresh. I added something to make this be slightly bigger, but I don't think it's... it doesn't matter. You know the deal. It is going to be this match number 6. I cannot even interact with it, but Dane is the one who will advance to the quarterfinals and will play the winner of Chris Sexy versus myself. Interesting. I'm not even sure what to say there, but
yeah, I guess it's always difficult when you have to try to analyze yourself, right? So,
yeah,
but yeah, I think from my point of view, at least, either or whoever Dean comes up against in that match. I mean, I'm speaking to you, but I would assume I would put you as the favorite in your match against Krista, just based on what I know of past experience there, at least with you being a 2-time champion. So, but yeah, of course, Chris being the second seed in that match is should favor him, though. I will say that much.
I think so too. It's yeah, I don't even know what to say. We'll just see tomorrow who will be Dane's opponent. I am really looking forward to that match, and a couple more matches to be looking forward to. Next one starting in just 11 minutes, and if all things go well, I can already raid Glebalk after this, who will be casting Alf versus Yanini, number 4 versus number 13, I'm almost sure, co-casted by Deadly Muffin Man in just 11 minutes, and then Scruffy versus Fraud 7 in just in also 1 hour to continue this crazy Wednesday.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back matches here with old school versus the new school here. So that's super exciting. Alf, of course, maybe a little bit under the radar for most people here, but has one of the newer players has really risen up here and played amazing in Swiss stage. So it's going to be a really good match here coming up in 10 minutes. Alf versus Yanini, and of course Scruffy Frody. Scruffy being the current big dominant player, and Brody being the dominant OG, so that's always a big exciting matchup there.
Yeah, I do hope that both of these matches will go the distance. I think Afro will be adding this next match, Muffin, so you will get the links very soon after this. But yeah, I think this is all we have about this match. Any last words, Hash? Great match, I agree.
If anything, big GGs to Dean Nomos and Quat, 2 amazing players, and it's just devastating to see one of them get knocked out, because both players, honestly, both good enough and deserving to win one of these tournaments. But you got to win your matches, though, and that's what Dean did today. And big congratulations to him, and thank you so much to Moo for adminning, right? So,
Yeah.
and to you for having me here and co-casting with you for fun. It was an absolute pleasure to watch this match.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. It was very nice to have you and a very nice match that we could both commentate on. And I would like to also say thank you to Move Forward in this match. GG's to both players. Thank you all for watching, and we will raid into this next match right away, so stay tuned. And until next time, see you everyone.
Bye, everybody.